My name is BlueHead. It's now the 25th of October. We only have 11 days, folks. 11 days to make up our minds about who's going to run this country in the next 4 years. Because I was unable to get on the ballot. Surprise, surprise. To be frank with you, I didn't even try. I don't know the process, and it's not important. Because this is a construct. I've explained that. This is a construct. And I needed a venue, and I needed a valve so that I could let off the steam that has been simmering for 3.5 or 4 years while I watched in abject horror as this administration has turned my country into this sniveling weakling on the outside. On the outside. We just look that way. But you and I know what we are inside. And anyone who scratches the surface is going to be very surprised when they get to the heart of the United States of America. Because that's what we are. We're all heart and brain. If I've sounded a little aggressive or direct in my chronicles, it's because of the frustration. If I've sounded angry, and after listening to myself, I admit there is some anger there. But I have self-control. And I have a rational and good right and left lobe. They both work. And I need to tell you a little bit about myself so that you can understand where this comes from. I am just beaming with pride to be an American. I wouldn't live anywhere else on the planet, and I've been plenty of places. This is my home. This is my country. And I would lay down my life for my country, as have so many before me. But I have a sense of history and a vision for the future. And because I'm not going to get elected, and I knew that, of course, from day one, this is a personal talk between you and I. I'm going to put my full endorsement behind Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan. We have two choices here. We've got Barack Obama and Joe Biden. We don't have to go into great detail about what has happened over the last 4 years. And because the President of the United States is unquestionably the most powerful position on the face of the earth, this president can reach consequences that are not what we hope for, as much by what he does, but also as much by what he doesn't do. And what he didn't do has had a great impact on us. Some presidents have made mistakes, and if we're human, we're going to make mistakes. But we need to have the very best mind and heart in that position to represent this particular nation. And this president has done more damage because of what he has not done, in much greater disproportion than what he has done, because he's done very little. And that is a function of who he is, where he came from, and how he got there. I don't judge him for it. He's just not the right guy for the job. The entire economic softness in this country, the uncertainty, this comes from an abstract feeling of security and wellness. How well does the country feel? Well, we don't feel well. I think everybody sees it. I know everybody feels it. But we don't feel well because our leadership has a different agenda. We're in a different age now. We have real-time information. There is no way to hide what you do and what you have not done, more importantly. And what he has not done is what is most remarkable about this 4-year campaign of his since being elected. He ran a marvelous campaign 4 years ago against John McCain and was elected based on his ability to connect with the American people on a personal, an intimate personal level. He reached out and touched your heart. But what you didn't do was scratch the surface to see there was nothing inside. But there is something inside, and it's malevolent. It's an agenda. He's got a personal agenda, and it doesn't include our sense of history. There's no pride. He'll tell you there is, but there's no pride in how we got where we got. He's got a different vision for the future, and I think it contradicts the trend of thinking of the American people. We know who we are. We have a sense of history and purpose in this small microcosm on planet Earth. It's just a microcosm. In the breath of the Creator's universe, we are but a drop in the ocean. But he has no sense of history. He's got an agenda, and it doesn't include a free market economy, liberty-driven, pride, hard work, ethics, family. All of these things we hold dear are going to change because he doesn't believe in colonialism. He doesn't believe in America being a separate and independent power among the nations of the world. My personal opinion is he's got aspirations to be a global emperor of some kind. And this is a conclusion I've reached just based on researching his history, his environmental exposures, and where he's gotten his information and influences. And this is mostly from his father, anti-colonialist. Well, you can't be an anti-colonialist in a country that started with 13 colonies. Colonies, colonialist. Dennis Miller would have a really good time with those two. But the point here is he doesn't want to go where we want to go. And wherever it is he does want to go, he should go there. But we can't let him take us with him. So vote for Mitt Romney. I'm going to drive this home. I am sending out thousands and thousands of texts, emails, digital messages, signs on lawns. We need to get this guy off our helm. We have a great ship, the greatest ship in the history of humankind, and he doesn't know how to drive. We have to get him off the bridge. He cannot pilot this ship. When you've done nothing in your career, as a constitutional law professor, I admire him for that, but it's not the skill set we need to guide America in the pragmatic way she needs to go. So I apologize for the aggression and passion in my previous chronicles, my installments. But they're now going to become the BlueHead Chronicles from this day forward, from October 25th, because I'm already seceding or accepting the fact that I will not get voted into office. I have been president before of two things. I was president in the 8th grade of my 8th grade class in a Catholic school. I had a landslide victory against a very, very good friend and good man. At the time, a good kid. But I was also the president and CEO of 2 corporations that I built from scratch with hundreds and hundreds of employees and offshoot companies that I lost count at 35. I've been creating jobs my entire life. I'm a commercial fisherman by trade and hobby. I made my money otherwise. I fed my family otherwise. But I started by being a commercial fisherman. And the basics of life, hard work, all the things it required our previous generations to make this country what it is, are what I learned from my parents and the people around me who I respected and admired. I was mentored by some great Americans. And I learned something every day from someone. Whether it's a child, an old person, a contemporary, or someone I was in their 30s, raising a family and working hard. I seek to learn from everyone, and I hope we're all doing the same thing. Teach and learn. Be student and teacher at the same time. And so now I'm going to turn the BlueHead Independent Presidential Campaign into the BlueHead Chronicles, starting with tomorrow's installment, October 26th. I hope you'll listen. I hope you'll consider my strong urging to consider electing the Republican candidate for president. We need a good commander on the bridge. And while I don't agree with everything that Mitt Romney discusses, I respect the man. I respect his vision, and I respect what he's accomplished. So I think his track record speaks for itself in Massachusetts. The rest of it's hyperbole. Just, I don't have to tell you, because you're already smart enough to know. All of this, the pundits, and you can start from the top with Jon Stewart and Bill Maher, and who I love and enjoy watching them. Because to be humorous in that way, it takes great intellect. And I admire that. But I don't agree with a word they say on a factual basis. Because they're court jesters. They're court jesters, right? Every court's got its jester, and there are two of them. And there's a few more around. Don't take them seriously. You know what to take seriously. Watch them, be entertained by them, but don't take them to heart. Because they mean nothing. Hollywood, great entertainment. I enjoy. I'm a movie buff. I love the whole array of professional actors. I admire some of these great thespians that have entertained me throughout my life as I worked my way from childhood into manhood and into fatherhood and now into grandfatherhood. I'm 57 years old. I'm strong. I'm American. And I will continue to create jobs. And my children will do so after me. They're doing it now. Let's elect Mitt and Paul Ryan and turn this thing around. It's going to happen anyway, because I'm going to make it happen on my end. And I hope all of you out there who are just like me and are job creators are going to do the same. So we're going to call the BlueHead campaign to an end. And we're going to start the BlueHead Chronicles. And we're going to push for Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan. God bless the United States. Stay tuned.